Welcome back to another episode of Raw Talk where we get 0 F's over here. I know y'all need to do me a solid. Hit that like button, it's free. Hit that subscription, it's free. And Lord knows we all love that free stuff. Today I'm going to be talking to you about boot camp. Is it really worth it? Is it really worth putting our youth in boot camp? Whether they're your son, your daughter, your cousin, your nephew that's been acting out in school, is it really worth it to put them in boot camp? I'm going to give you my firsthand experience. I'm going to give you a couple of experiences, what I encountered in boot camp. I was in Elite Military Ship Academy for approximately 8 months before I got sent to the Juvenile Detention Center. And honestly, it was nothing but traumatizing. The whole experience was traumatizing. Everything about it was traumatizing. A few instances of traumatizing is we were in Opalaka one time. They used to rent off a whole park in Opalaka. I forgot the name of the park. I don't even know the name of the park. But the park has like a little man-made beach. And we used to have to, they PT you. Everything's run by ex-military sergeants or ex-military officials or whatever, whether they be an Army Ranger or Marine or whatever. They were all fresh back. This is in the early 2000s. So all these people were fresh back off tour from like wars in Iraq and Afghanistan and all that. So a lot of them were kind of mentally fucked in the head. And I just, there's no other way to put it. They were mentally unstable in the head. And they were put in a position to try to correct youth behavior. And I remember being in Opalaka Park, and I remember they have barbed wire fence going around. They would lock the fence so nobody could escape or whatever. But this one night, somebody happened to escape. He wasn't having that shit. We were all up we pitched. Long story short, we had to, in order to sleep, you only sleep about 3-4 hours out of the night, and then you get woken back up to do drills and all that, run to the beach, carry a log. They had a freaking log that was 5 feet long, that was about this bitch big around, bro, and that bitch said "my best friend" across the log. No games. The log literally said "my best friend," and you had to carry that log with 4 people going like this back and forth up and down the beach. They call it guerrilla training or whatever. We had to go in and out, low crawl in and out of water, come back up on. By the time we get back to the campsite, our arms are bloody. You feel like you done threw up about 3-4 times. It was no joke. But there were things that they did that I don't agree with. The working out part, yeah, that's fine. I understand you could probably whip your kid into shape or whip some youth into shape through physical training. I understand that, and through discipline. That's totally understandable. But the things that these drill sergeants did to us at Elite Military Ship Academy, I have to speak out about. They would line us up 6-7 deep, tell us, they put us in different platoons: Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta. Delta was the mess up squad. So if you ever had like somebody who couldn't do 50 push-ups straight, they had to be in Delta squad. If you had somebody that talked too much, they had to be in Delta squad. It was the mess up squad. They laid Delta squad down. They told them all lay down and had Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie run obstacle courses, and they used Delta squad as the obstacle course. You literally had to run on top of their backs. They lined them up 8 deep, and that was part of the obstacle course. You had to run over them without falling. That's just one instance of and keep in mind, these are youth. These are not grown men. These are people that are 13, 14, 15 years old at the time. I was 14 or 15 at the time. And to lay a child down and tell other children to run over them with boots on as part of an obstacle, it's just not right. Now, we were PTing at a park in Opalaka, and the park has barbed wire fence around it. They lock the fences in or whatever. And at this particular time, there was somebody on my squad who wasn't having that shit. And he only told like one or two other people about what he was gonna do. He planned on, once we get our little 3 to 4 hour sleep, rolling up out of the tent and hitting the highway and getting up out of there. Mind you, we don't have a change of clothes. We have a CC pack with a sleeping bag, your toothbrush, your essentials, all that. And you might have a brick or two from the drill sergeant putting it in there. and making you run with it. But you don't have a change of clothes. So we get our little 3-hour sleep in. The night just starts. I would say we're about 45 minutes into our sleep. It's really dark out. Can't really see nothing. You can see the drill sergeant standing outside the tent or sitting outside the tent. It's a big 50-man pitch tent. And Buddy rolls up out the tent. He clears it. He hits the highway. The drill sergeants don't notice for the first, I would say, about 30 more minutes. So it's been about an hour and a half into our sleep. The drill sergeants do a head count. They notice 2 people are missing. Not just 1, 2. Somebody went with them. Now, they wake everybody up. Automatic. If you've been in the military, you know what time it is. It's automatic. You're getting smoked. Everybody is getting smoked. If you don't know what smoked is, you're getting PT'd until you throw up. And if you, the crazy part is, like, I can go on and on for days when I'm speaking about this, because, like, if you throw up, we had an Army Ranger as one of our drill sergeants that when he PT'd us, he would PT us in a pit. And if you threw up in his pit, you had to pick your throw up and put it in your pocket. It's nasty. I know it sounds nasty, bro, but this is the type of stuff, the mental, the physical abuse that we took. Now, about an hour and 30 minutes go by. You know, they wake everybody up. They start smoking everybody. Like I said, smoking means PT, physical training. And it was just crazy, like, the amount of shit they were putting us through for that, I would say, 30 minutes until they found. They didn't even find them. Let me clarify this. Florida Highway Patrol seen 2 jits walking down Florida Highway with BDUs on. If you don't know what BDUs are, they're Army Fatigue BDUs. Florida Highway Patrol picked them up, called Elite Military Ship Academy, and brought them back. So that's how they found them. But when they came back, I was so relieved, because they were literally dogging the out of us. They were dogging the hell out of us, bro. So when they came back, I was so relieved, right? But what they did to him was so disgusting. Now that I think of it as an adult, I didn't think of it then as a juvenile, because I didn't know any better. But as an adult, as I think about it more and more, the stuff they did to us, it disgusts me, bro. They handcuffed these 2 to the tree. Handcuffed them to the tree. Put the cooking pots. No, they weren't hot. They weren't cold or nothing extremely crazy. But they took the cooking pots and they put them on their head while they were handcuffed to the tree. And you had drill sergeants walking by drinking Red Bull going, woo, while they were PTing us and slapping the top of the fucking, the cooking pot on top of the kid's head. Boom, woo, drinking Red Bull. Boom, woo. Like, they were psychotic, bro. They were psychotic. They came, it wasn't all of them, but it was a vast majority of y'all. Sergeant Reed, Sergeant McMillan, Major Brown, Principal Brown. It was a majority of y'all that were so crazy, Major Smith, so crazy in the head. When you came back, you didn't know how to properly run a juvenile program and properly correct juvenile behavior. You made a lot of us worse. And I remember times when they had a school side too. So we would be in class. And if somebody was talking in class, guess what? PT. And guess what? If you didn't do the PT, if you tried to buck up or give excuses, they would physically shove you to the floor, physically push your face into the floor, throw you into walls. My homeboy got caught with cigarettes one time. This is at the same program, Elite Military Ship Academy. My homeboy got caught with cigarettes. I happened to be next to him when he got caught with the cigarette. They took us to the garage. They crushed up a whole pack of cigarettes, put it inside a jar of Jif peanut butter, and told us to eat it. I didn't want to eat it. I didn't want to eat it. I don't even like peanut butter like that. And you put a whole pack of tobacco inside a jar of peanut butter and tried to force me to eat it. So I didn't want to eat it. So Sergeant McMillan grabs me, throws me up on the wall like this. I'm scared, bro. I'm 15 years old. I don't know no better. I headbutt him. Boom! I do a self-defense mode. I headbutt him. I bust his lip. Because of the way he grabbed me and physically chunked me into the wall, I didn't know what to do. I was immobile. I was like in shock. So I just headbutted. I just did the first thing that came to my mind. Headbutt his ass. Boom! I headbutt him. I bust his lip. Don't you know he blew his little whistle around his neck? And 9 of them came in and beat the shit out of me. For 4 minutes straight, beat the shit out of me. It was so uncalled for, some of the things they did there. So when we sit back and we talk about our youth's bad behavior, is it really worth it to put them inside a juvenile boot camp? Is it really worth it to put them inside a juvenile military run academy to correct their behaviors? See, it's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. There's no way around it, because on one end, if the program and the juvenile military program is run correctly without physical or, mental abuse, I mean, you can yell in somebody's face and you can correct their behaviors and you could be a drill sergeant, but there's certain type of mental abuse that you can do. You can only go so far. So if it's run right, yeah, maybe it has a great outcome. But if it's run wrong, then you have a terrible outcome. You have kids going in and coming out worse than what they went in. I actually wanted to go to the military. When I was legit, I thought about going to the military. I was like 13, 14. Come Halloween, I would dress up like a soldier, wear army fatigues and everything, go trick-or-treat. I liked the thought of being a soldier. Until I went to this program when I was 14 and 15, and that soldier shit got put in the past. Because I didn't like the stuff that I got put through. I never wanted to, I thought to myself at 13, 14, if this is what the 15 years old, if this is however the fuck how old I was, 14 years old, if this is what the military is like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to go to the military. If this is what this shit is like, you can miss me with it, goddammit. No cap. So parents, if you have a troubled youth, I would look into, if you're thinking about putting them in a military academy or a program, I would look into it first. It's a double-edged sword. Like I said, I'm not saying they don't work, because some of them actually do work. And the military actually does teach discipline, and it teaches structure, and it teaches a good way of life. It does. I 100% agree. But what I don't agree with is what the people that come back from the war get put in position to do. I don't agree with it. I think they need a mental evaluation, honestly. Honestly, that's like taking a convict fresh out of prison, and we're going to use the PTSD angle. Convicts have PTSD. Soldiers have PTSD. When you come back, you're fucked up, dog. You're not really in a position to guide a youth back onto the right track. So I do think they need like some type of psych evaluation before they go to work for a place like that. Anyways, y'all let me know y'all thoughts and comments. This is another episode of Raw Talk. I love y'all, gang. Y'all already know what time it is. If you want to support the channel, there is a membership button at the top right-hand corner, as well as a thank you button on every video. Y'all already know what time it is, man. I love y'all, man. We out.